Wicked is a musical fantasy film based off the Broadway play. Now, I didn't watch this one in theaters because I wasn't sure if I'd like it or not. I found out it was a part one. But of course, the library had it and decided to take it down just because it won a couple of technical Oscars, Best Costume and Best Set Design. So this one is about Elphaba. She is a green baby born to the mayor of a certain city in the land of Oz, I guess. However, she's ostracized for being a different color, but she also has some sort of ability with telekinesis or something, some sort of special gift. However, that's never really explored because her father doesn't like her. And then she has a daughter. No, there's another daughter. So she's got a sister named Nessa who's in a wheelchair. And then they grow up, and the sister Nessa is supposed to go to Shiz Academy to learn sorcery. However, it's Elphaba who steals the show because she has a fit and she has the magical affinities which they want to exploit. So there's a teacher there who wants to make Elphaba go so they can develop her skills. And the movie's got like this sort of academia sort of vibe to it, like a magical academia. But then of course there's the fateful meeting between Glinda, the preppy popular girl who does not like her. They have a beef. They have to live together as roommates because Elphaba's sort of last minute introduction, and the two of them finally become friends after a bit of bickering, and they start fighting over a handsome prince. This movie, I felt there was something off about it, and it was confirmed by my friend who's a huge fan of the musical and the movie. Wicked, this movie, part one, is actually based off just act one of the play. That's why the entire movie feels like a prologue. It takes a good 40 minutes to an hour for them to sort of become friends, Elphaba and Glinda, and then they introduce the prince guy, and they introduce some parts of the plot of these animal being sort of taken advantage of. There's animal species that talk and they each have jobs. However, someone is pushing them down. Someone is taking away their ability to speak. And it's like a huge conspiracy, but that's sort of just touched upon. The main sort of conflict is that Elphaba is invited to the wonderful city of Oz to meet the Wizard of Oz. And he turns out to be not as nice as they thought he was, not as powerful as they thought he was, and then that's where the movie sort of ends. So it's sort of incomplete, and like other part one movies, it just feels sort of like a cash grab. Like no one sits down and goes, "Oh yeah, my favorite movie is part one of a thing." There was a whole trend back in the day with Harry Potter and Twilight and Hunger Games all having their movies divided into two. Dune recently did it, but Dune did a better job because at the beginning of the movie of Dune, they put Dune Part 1, so they're immediately telling you right there that it's not going to be a complete movie. And then after 2.5 hours, at least there's some action and stuff going on. This one has a couple of events, but kind of felt like the script was just sort of sputtering along. Like characters just say something and it's like, oh, that's the twist. You just told me what happened or what's going to happen. And I guess everyone performs well, but a lot of characters don't have a lot of screen time. There's like a couple of flunkies of Galindas that don't do anything. The Michelle Yeoh's character doesn't do much either. There's the Jonathan Bailey guy. He's like the prince, and he's all like maybe a good guy, and he like helps her do stuff. And I think that the film's best strength is probably the set design, but I also like the performances are okay. I wanted more Glinda and Elphaba sort of friendship stuff, but a lot of it's sort of glossed over. There's montages. The whole movie feels like one big montage, and the set design looks great, but it also looks a little bit fake, and they probably could have done more practical at the beginning and then more fake as you get to Oz. There's some cool effects with flying monkeys. But overall, Wicked's one of those movies that, I don't have any knowledge of the play going beforehand. I'm going in blind. I do like musicals. I'm a fan, but this one just didn't do it for me. Only, there's a popular song was nice, and the Defying Gravity is obviously like the big climax song, probably the most popular song from the entire thing. I guess I'll watch part two if it hits theaters, but this one was it was kind of boring. I'm glad I watched it at home though. So I give Wicked a 5 out of 10.